So I've recently added this trash can into my Godot game, and I've been working on trying to create a mesh for it. I want this mesh to have this unique property of containing things inside of it. So when someone throws an object into it, I want it to be contained. But when somebody throws something to the side, I don't want it to go into it. So this mesh needs to be concave, similar to how a trash can works. Normally, what I do for collision meshes in Godot is I'll just create like a simple generic shape that represents the mesh. So for example, this torch here, it doesn't, this collision shape doesn't fully represent the entirety of the torch mesh, but it does represent like how I imagine or how the collision should work. The problem is with the trash can, you can't. There's no generic in Godot right now. There's no generic concave shape that represents this mesh. And there's a couple of things you can do to generate one in Godot. One of them, which I'm sure you guys are all familiar with, is to click here. Once you open up the mesh, click here where it says mesh, and you can click on collision shape and do try mesh. You can try that out. Once you do this, it'll take, depending on your mesh, it'll take a long time to load. So I'm going to speed this bit up. So after a couple of seconds, we have our try mesh, and this does represent our trash can decently well. The only problem here is that's a lot of polygons. That's a lot of things going on here. It's a lot of detail that's not really necessary for the collision shape. And you can do other things. There's other ways you can generate them too. The goal here is to have something that serves the functionality of being concave, but also isn't going to be incredibly detailed to the point where our game's gonna struggle to render this shape. So another option is to create the collision mesh, but instead of try mesh, you do something like simplified convex. It'll try to generate something that'll loosely represent the mesh. The reason why it's like this with this top portion here is because it's convex. You'll notice that all of these options are convex, but we want concave. So I have that new collision shape here for my trash can. Let's see if I try to throw a donut in there. Well, I missed, but even if I try really hard to put it in, it's not gonna work because it has that top to it, because it's a convex polygon. We want something that's concave. See here, it's just like on the top here. We don't want that. We want this stuff to fall in here. A good trash can contains things, doesn't expel things like this. It doesn't have a force field at the top. So let's try a different method. So in Blender, it turns out there is a pretty easy method to create a collision shape from your regular mesh. So here I have my trash can, and it's pretty detailed, and that's only because of these modifiers. And if I just turn those off, you can see that it's a really sort of simple shape. But actually, this isn't simple enough. We can get even more simple here. If I were to just create another cylinder and make sure that it's pretty low res, so here I have 8 vertices. I can even go as far as 6, and let's see if I can line it up right. Alright, so now we have something that could represent the collision shape of our trash can. Now, what we can do here is we can rename this. When you import blend files in Godot, it actually reads, it'll read the name of these meshes, and what you can do is have the suffix hyphen col only, col only, this, COLONLY. And what this will do is tell Godot that we only want to use this as collision. And before we import this into Godot, let's re-add those modifiers. So smooth out our trash can again and make it look all nice. But also, let's go ahead and add a modifier to this mesh just to make it thick. We can do that by adding the solidify modifier. And let's make this like something, I don't know, 0.05. And maybe a little bit more. 0.1. So everything in this area that's touching this mesh will bounce off of it. So let's save it. And so when we go back into Godot, we actually have a separated mesh. So we have both our regular mesh here, the trash can, you know, our beautiful trash can, and we also have our collision shape here that we just made. So Godot was smart enough to know that that mesh that we had the suffix col only, that one is just collision. So let's use this one instead. So now with our new rigid body, with the new collision shape, let's try throwing things in the trash can. So let's see if I can throw a donut in there. Oh, hey, look at that. So the object is able to go into the trash can, but it can only go in through the inside. It can't go in through the sides, which is great. It works like a trash can. And for my side quest, that works pretty well because I can throw the trash into the trash can. Hey, that's pretty good. Well, that's really it. Let me know if you guys find this useful. And let me know what I should do next in another video. I think the next video I'm gonna make is gonna be more like my last one, where it's like a video essay kind of thing. We'll see. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching.